I think that if you're looking for a rogue contender post Alliance Insight, it is definitely MERMAIL. It can go second very well. It can run a ton of non-engine as well. Like, not the most non-engine, however, I think it still is able to go second way better than most decks because it has in-engine board breaking in the form of Poseidra. Poseidra is such a good card, and then also the rest of the deck is also very good in terms of just, Neptibus, it requires 2 cards to stop it, essentially, and things like that. So your opponent always has to interact with your cards, and sometimes they just can't because of cards like Poseidra, which just bounces a card and also starts your whole engine. And then you also have a great time with going first because of Barrier Statue. Barrier Statue just says no to most decks, and your opponent just basically not play around it. You can make a competent board around Barrier Statue while also facilitating hand ripping in the form of Mooling Glacia plus the Deep Sea Minstrel, which can help you rip the nib. Obviously you lost the Toad, but it doesn't matter because you go for Deep Sea Minstrel before 5 summons and then rip the nib anyway, so it never mattered. And then you can still make an end board that your opponent can't play around, and you run things like Trishula to hand rip for 3. So you have things that that makes this deck very competent for whether you want to that makes this deck very competent for going first or going second. So I think that this will still be a very big menace. I think you'll still see people like Julius run this, and you'll still see this deck. Like, I wouldn't doubt if it wins a YCS this upcoming format, to be honest. If there's like any other deck besides Malice and Ryzeal that would win a YCS, I think it would be MERMAIL. I think a lot of people are underestimating this deck, and once people learn the lines, between the Barrier Statue combos with the Deep Sea Prima Donna, and then also just learning how to break the board and not just tunnel vision Toad, I think that this deck will definitely start taking off a bit more than it has been. But I think it's been already doing very well post, Banlist, winning like huge tournaments and stuff like that.